Hello everyone, I'm back with our next kit. It is called Robotics and Coding, and it is for kindergarten through about third grade age, give or take a little bit. And remember, every kit has one book and two activities. So our book is called Robots Can't Dance and Other Fun Facts, and it gives us all kinds of interesting things and information about robots. And robots are kind of like computers. It's a type of a computer that we can tell it things to do, which you do with all computers. You tell them what to do. But but robots can usually take physical actions after you tell it what to do. And robots can do all kinds of things after people do the coding and the programming to tell them. For example, there's one robot called Papero. He can talk and control household devices, and it can memorize up to 30 different faces and tell them apart. So it's a pretty smart robot / computer. Okay, so that's the one book. You can learn about a lot of fun things that robots can do. Now, then we have two activities. The first one is going to get you started on learning how to code. And code basically just means giving the computer or the robot directions about what you want it to do. So, and those usually happen in steps, and there's just a bunch of different things you need to know about that. The first thing is an activity called Code Hopper, and Code Hopper has a bunch of different mats that give you directions about things to do. They tell you things to do with your body. They tell you things to repeat. They tell you yes or no. You have to make a choice of which way to go, and it tells you when to start and when to stop. So you can put these out on the floor and practice using your body to follow the code. So that's activity number one. Now, activity number two is the super exciting one. You can't do coding and robotics without a robot, right? So I want you to meet our friend Ranger. Ranger is a coding robot, which means you can practice coding with him and learn how to code. He comes in this little, as part of a series called Coding Critters, and he has a little friend whose name is Zip that comes with him. So let's meet Ranger. So we take him out, and Ranger we have to wake him up, so say hello, Ranger. Okay, so we're going to put Ranger down here on the table, and I'm going to do this so you can see a little bit better. Ranger comes with a whole set of things to play with, a little playground that you can set up for him. And he even comes with, like we said, his friend Zip. And of course, every dog needs a ball and a bone, and you can all use all these little all these little pieces and things to make Ranger do some tasks. So now, like I said, you have to tell Ranger what to do, and you tell him what to do by coding him on the top. You use the buttons to tell him to go forward or backward or left or right. And to help you practice with that, this kit comes with some little kind of direction cards, forward and backward and one way and the other way. Okay, so you can tell him what to do. So for example, I want to tell Ranger to go over and get his ball and bring it back to me. So I'm going to use the cards to kind of give me an idea of what I need to tell him to do. So I'm just going to say I want him to go this way, forward, 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 take 3 steps forward, but then he needs to come back to me to bring me the ball, right? So I want him to come backwards, and I want him to basically, I don't have very many backwards cards, but I want him to basically come back to me about the same number of steps as he went forward. That's a pretty simple code. So once I figured out what I want him to do, I'm going to just put that code in on the top. 3 steps forward, 1, 2, 3, and then 3 steps back, 1, 2, 3. And this little button in the middle just means go ahead and do what I told you to do. Start. Oh, and what happened? Something didn't happen quite right, so I am going to try again. All right, let's try again, Ranger. So I'm going to put the ball there, and let me try again. 1, 2, 3, forward. 1, 2, 3, back. And start. Okay, and it didn't work. I'm going to try it one more time and see if we can get it to work this time. Ready? The ball does not want to stay put. There we go. Let's give that a try. And for some reason, he is just not doing there. And he decided to come all the way back. It took him a couple of steps. Okay, so we could also ask him to do other things. Like if I wanted him to maybe go in the doghouse, I'm going to say go this way, and then go that way, and then go this way. Let's see if we can get him. So I want to do 2 forward, 1 right turn, and another forward. So 1, 2, forward, right turn, forward. Okay, let's see if we can get him in there. And we did it. Now he did run into the edge of the doghouse a little bit, but that's okay. So, and I could, if I didn't like it, if I didn't think it worked exactly right, I can just go back and try again and say, oh, I made him go too far. Maybe I'll do less steps next time. Okay, so let's say goodbye to Ranger. So bye-bye. All right, and we'll put him back. When we're all done, we'll make sure that we get the box all opened up, and there's a little box underneath that we can put all of his playground in, and we can put Ranger in the top. So remember, we've got 1 book, 2 activities, Robots Can't Dance, Code Hopper, and of course coding critters with Ranger and Zip. And Ranger does take batteries. Right now there are some batteries in there, but when it comes to you, it may or may not have batteries. So if it doesn't, just go ahead and put some in of your own. You can leave them in there, or you can take them back, whichever you would like to do. Your grown-up will have to help you. This is the place for the batteries underneath, so they'll just have to help you get in there and get the batteries all set up. Thanks for being really careful with it, and happy coding. I hope you have a good time learning more about robotics and coding. Bye.